Today, I'll show you how to create easy artwork inspired by Marc Chagall, while also sharing the story of his life, his art, and the impact he made on the art world. But first, hi, I'm Lacey. I create super fun, easy art tutorials that are great for beginners and perfect for use inside the classroom. Imagine a world where people float through the sky, animals where human expressions and dreams are painted in bright, joyful colors. That's the world of Marc Chagall, a Russian-French artist who mixed memory, imagination, and emotion to create art like no one else. Chagall grew up in a small village in Russia, surrounded by music, folklore, and Jewish traditions. Even after he moved to big cities like Paris and New York, he never stopped painting the feelings and memories of his childhood. Cows, roosters, musicians, sweethearts, and glowing moons often appear in his work, sometimes all in the same painting. Instead of trying to make everything look realistic, Chagall painted how things felt. His colors are bold, his shapes are playful, and his scenes often feel like a dream you don't want to wake up from. Inspired by folk art and influenced by Cubism, which uses fractured, angular shapes to depict images, his style is full of floating figures, tilted buildings, and overlapping images that blend memory and imagination. You might see a man upside down or a giant green face smiling at a goat, and somehow it all makes sense in Chagall's magical world. Today, we'll be creating our own artwork inspired by one of his most famous paintings, I Am the Village, a colorful, dreamlike picture filled with symbols from his life and imagination. Let's explore how to tell our own stories through color, shape, and a little bit of whimsy. I'm taking my paper down, but this part is optional. This is the template my students will look at while they draw. I'm drawing a curving diagonal line. I'm adding another line sloping down from this center line. This line will become part of the horse's head. Then using very soft pencil marks to add a large circle. The shape I'm making here is an outline of the horse's head. Now adding a couple lines for the neck. This is going to be the forehead and hat of the man on the right. I'm making a curving line for the horizon, adding the horse's ear. I'm giving this horse a very large human-like eye, then bringing this line out all the way to the edge. I'm adding a curving line that intersects across the face, drawing the mouth. Now for an iris, and this little white circle is called the catchlight. I'm adding a few more details to make it look more like the horse's eye from Chagall's painting. Don't worry if your drawing doesn't look exactly like this. I'm making this unusual shape on the neck, then adding a couple more lines above it. I'm making some circles here that will become beads on a necklace. Feel free to leave out and/or add your own unique details to your drawing. Your drawing does not have to look like mine. I'm adding a smaller circle here, then adding a crescent moon shape to it. This is the man's nose. He's also got a very big eyeball. This view of the eyeball is called a side profile view. Notice how it looks different than the horse's eyeball. I'm adding the rest of the side view of the face profile, neck, and shoulders. This is part of the man's hand, and he's holding what looks like a tree branch. I'm adding egg-shaped leaves all around the branches. Now drawing the back knuckle of the hand. There's a village in the background. Many objects in Chagall's paintings, like these houses, are upside down. Try drawing some of the images in your picture upside down as well. Right here, I'm adding an upside down fiddler. I'm going to go kind of fast here, so be sure to look at this template if you need more time to draw. Or you might skip drawing the fiddler and add your own unique upside down image here instead. Right where the horse's cheek is, I'm drawing a chicken. Chagall used many images of chickens in his paintings. While these reminded him of the farm life of his childhood, they may have also symbolized energy and vitality. Now that I'm done drawing, I'm grabbing some oil pastels, tempera paint sticks, and watercolor paint to color in my picture, but you can use whatever coloring tools you like. Before I start painting, I like to wake up my watercolors by using my paintbrush to add drops of water to each of the colors. I decided to use acrylic paint marker to capture the detail of these houses, but you could just as easily use regular markers or colored pencils. I'm going over them with a bit of watercolor to make them look a bit more dreamy. For the background, I'm using green oil pastel, then painting over it with blue watercolor. I'm layering red and then blue oil pastel right on top of each other. Now painting the eyeball blue and adding some blue to the sky. Over here, I'm adding just a tiny bit of blue, then adding a bit of watered down brown, black, and green. I'm first painting this area with white watercolor paint, then adding a tiny bit of brown and black around the edges. I'm using water to mix these colors together. I'm using my watercolor paint to fill in this area with a bright, bold red, then mixing in a tiny bit of black. I'm using more white paint over here, then mixing in a tiny bit of red and black. I'm doing the same thing for this area. Again, I'm filling in with a bunch of white paint, then adding in a bit of black, using lots of water. I'm using oil pastel to create some interesting texture here, then adding black and then white paint. I'm filling the eye in with black paint. I'm adding more white paint, then mixing in a bit of red and black. If you add too much color, use a tissue to dab it up. I like to use a tiny brush to outline with black. Now for some blue. I'm using a clean brush with water to make it lighter, then adding a bit of white paint. I've got more blue and white down here, and some white with just a touch of blue. Keep adding color to your picture until you're happy with how it looks. Feel free to experiment and use colors that are different than mine. I'm using a couple different shades of green to fill in this space. I'm trying to leave a couple areas mostly white. The contrast looks really cool. Now for some yellow. Again, I use a tiny brush to create a thin black outline like you see here. I decided to use watercolor pencils to fill in the leaves. This is such a great project to try experimenting with different mediums and art materials. I'm using colored pencils to add a few different colors to the rooster. I used watercolor pencils on my fiddler. When done coloring, I used a clean, wet paintbrush to paint over these colors. When you're done with your watercolors, be sure to use a damp paper towel to wipe out the lid of your tray so that you leave it nice and clean for the next person to use. Check the colors. If any of them got dirty, use the clean edge of a paper towel to carefully dab up the contaminated color. Carefully remove your tape, and if the paper starts to tear, stop and pull from the other direction. I hope you love how your painting turns out. Next up, you're going to love this tutorial I made that shows you how to create a super easy and fun Fauvist style painting using acrylic paint.